Anyway, so this is me and my buddy Avvery. We are newcomers to the podcasting game. This is Saturday, June of, what's today's date? June 4th, 2022.
Yeah.
So it's June. This is weird. So anyway, we didn't really have a good title for this episode, but I'm Julian. Yeah, call it Pilot. Yeah, like Arrow. By the way, what is it about shows like I was watching Archer? I was telling Avvery that for anybody who's listening, like I was telling my buddy Avvery that like I was watching this show called Archer, and it's basically like, if you think about it, most TV shows like that, they always start off with the same title for the episode. It's always pilot, or it's like, epilogue, or and then there's always like the second episode is like, what was the second episode? Yeah. So
the second episode of Arrow was like Honor Thy Father or something. I could get that wrong, but
it was something of that nature.
After the pilot was always the title.
Yeah. Yep.
And then sometimes the last episode is simply called finale.
Yes. Yep.
Not all the time.
But that's most shows. That's a lot of shows, right?
That's a lot of shows. And somehow weird finales.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I don't. Also, how rude of us. So, my name's Julian. I'm 27. Yeah, this is my buddy Avvery. We are basically, him and I have been friends for almost a decade. We recently thought of the idea of doing a podcast like last year, so we're overdue. So this is kind of new for us. I'm currently going to school for business and business administration. My buddy here, he works at a
Working at a nursing home.
He works at a nursing home, but he's a great guy. He's known him for years. Great dude. Why don't you introduce yourself, man? I'm over here trying to explain your life to these people.
You're doing a great job, buddy.
Not really. Not really.
I'm Avvery. I'm 30. As my buddy here said, I work at a nursing home. I'm very intelligent. Love people.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's really not much to me. I'm very funny, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my buddy said, we were thinking of this podcast a year ago, and we were very overdue for it.
Yeah.
And I listen to a lot of podcasts myself, and so to see him, we said, hey, why don't we start our own?
Might as well. How about the fact that Seth Rogen finally has his own podcast? Like, I just found that out. I'm so late in the game with everything.
Come on. You're talking to a guy who didn't even know that Dave Chappelle had one.
Actually, I didn't know he had one either until early this year. I think it was like January. It was January or February.
That's another thing, guys. We're Chappelle fans. Huge Chappelle fans.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, it's about time Seth Rogen got one. Like I was telling him earlier.
Screw that cancel culture nonsense. Fuck that. I said fuck that cancel culture nonsense.
Oh yeah, we don't know. No.
By the way, the idea that I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to come to a point where there's going to be like a revolt against that kind of behavior, like that. Not even a revolt. That's kind of aggressive, but like
start a revolution.
Yeah, like I think what would be more likely to happen is they end up having like. I just don't agree with that. I think like, okay, so just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean that I have to basically abide by those rules.
And not only that, but they cancel celebrities now because of a tweet you made 12 years ago.
Yeah, but also that's another thing too, is like who you are right now is not who you were over a decade ago.
There's an actor from The Flash.
The guy who got in trouble for that incident.
Yeah, that was messed up. And
the new Flash, right?
What was that?
The new Flash, right?
No, the TV show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then there was that director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Wait, which one? Which actor from Flash was it? The guy who played Cisco, right?
No, he played Ralph.
Ralph, okay.
The stretchy guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then, not only that, but they fired him from the show. And then the cast turned against him. Yeah. And then you had the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies said some messed up stuff a couple of years ago. So
ridiculous.
Disney fired him. So then they go later on and rehire him back. And I'm tired of talking about this again, but
I think everybody is.
Again, look, what Disney has a habit of just jumping the gun when everything goes bad. Like look at the tour guy Johnny.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I think part of the problem too is there's so many people that have their hands in the pot, like financially. Like there's people making that's the problem.
Pirates
like
was a cash cow. You just threw away money.
You gotta keep in mind too that
threw away your bankable star, like trash.
Oh yeah, didn't you and I just read you saw the article on Facebook
That he said that
Disney had gotten.
They were saying I was reading something.
They were apologizing to him or something.
I read two things. One that I showed my buddy here that it was an article I showed him, and basically like a headline saying that Disney should apologize, and I think they should. And not only that, but I saw something else that said an ex-Disney exec said that recently that he doesn't think that Johnny's going to stay in he doesn't think that Johnny's going to stay away from the franchise. And personally, I told Julian here, I said, if Johnny goes back to the Pirate franchise, he wouldn't have self-respect for himself. And
it's also an integrity. He's also loaded.
He's a humble guy, and he even said during court.
Loaded.
Yeah, he even said
doesn't need it.
Yeah, he even said during court, "You're not going to get me to return for $300 million."
No. Why should he?
And it's sad because he wanted to wrap up his character, and he didn't get the chance to do it.
By the way, how long were they married? Him and Amber Heard.
Oh, jeez, I don't even know.
I don't think it was a long time.
I know they met on a movie, The Rum Diary, which I've never seen, and I'm not going to see now because I'm not going to see the new Aquaman movie. They cut her scenes out, and they're saying it's not because of the defamation trial. It's because they didn't feel like she had chemistry with Jason Momoa during the first movie.
Oh yeah.
So they cut down her sequel time in the film. And personally,
wait, but if it was already made, because I think how long does it take them to make?
They went back and probably edited the scenes or something, because you know how they do research.
Yeah, but they would have to edit the script too, because there's bits that they.
I think
so then you got to think they'd have to recast. They have to waste a whole bunch of more money just to.
Well, they didn't recast.
Not recast.
They just cut some of the scenes out so it has less screen time, and they're just claiming that's not because of the defamation trial. Bullshit. Yes, it is.
Yeah. And
can we talk about how?
What?
We all know Disney fired Johnny, right? But Warner Brothers did the same damn thing for the Fantastic Beasts, which I've never seen any of those movies.
I haven't either. It's funny. I know
they're Harry Potter spin-offs. I tried to watch the first one with Ashton.
Well, they got a new one coming out.
And I just fell asleep.
You tried to watch the first one with Ashton?
The very first one. I fell asleep because I was bored. I'm used to seeing Daniel Radcliffe on screen, not Eddie Redmayne. Okay?
That's hilarious.
And I like Eddie Redmayne as an actor, too.
Yeah. Well, the new one, I saw the trailer for when I went to go see...
Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah, I saw the preview.
I'm going to go back to watch them all eventually down the line.
No, I actually don't remember when it's... I don't even know when it's supposed to come out. But when we went to go see the Marvel Doctor Strange or whatever, also got some in your beard. You got some of the coffee in your beard. It's
again with the beard. Okay,
dude,
guys. So, fun fact: I don't like my facial hair very much.
Says the guy who got hair, a strand of hair in his Eggs Benedict today.
Really?
Pretty funny.
In front of everyone?
Not everybody. I highly doubt anybody's listening right now.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Well, if anybody
it's Saturday. Everybody's trying to go out and party.
If anybody is, when you ever get Eggs Benedict, please shave.
Or just don't order Eggs Benedict. I mean, how do you plan for something like that? It's you gotta think what you're in the mood for when you're at home. Not really. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
To me, it was. You laughed.
It was funny. I just thought it was weird because they.
And I've never had Eggs Benedict, guys. By the way.
How did you even know to order that? How did you even know?
I didn't. I just saw it there. I was like,
I'm just going to order Eggs Benedict today.
Pretty much, literally how it goes. I was like, why not?
I'm like that too.
I like it though. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Especially if you go to a new restaurant you've never been to and you want to try it.
I mean, I'm gonna get it again. Sure. It was just really messy.
I saw a homeboy in the back pull out a whole big ass thing. It was the biggest jug of chocolate milk that I've ever seen. It was ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
No.
Our waiter?
No. By the way, I live in Paulsboro, so if you're ever in Paulsboro, New Jersey, so if you're ever in the area, check out the Paulsboro Niners.
Tell them where you live?
Yeah.
There might be some crazy people out there. You know, well, people know. We'll have a way of finding out. Plus, we're on Facebook. Can't hide that shit.
Exactly. They don't have an exact address anyway.
Bro, remember when we had that matcha, the iced matcha tea?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I actually didn't finish mine because that night when I left, after I dropped you off, like I went to go. It just wasn't for me. Like I know. Oh yeah, we're having these.
And I'm not a caramel person.
What do you call them? They're
it's basically
ice
caramel.
frapp.
I don't know. They're like caramel frappes.
Ribbon. Yeah. Well, this is up there. Caramel ribbon crunch frappuccino. Yeah, we're at Barnes and Noble's. Basically,
and it's a good spot because, like you said, it's quiet here.
It's very quaint. It's quaint. How about you know what's cool is well, here's the funny thing. I didn't even know what a podcast was until like a few years ago.
Podcasting has been around for.
I know, for years. The first couple that were I read no, longer than that. It's been over that. I think like 15, 20 years. They've been around for a while.
So we wouldn't have
Howard Stern, I think, would be the godfather of that. One of the guys.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't like Howard Stern.
Not everybody does. I know somebody who's a huge.
He was
diehard
fine
fan.
on America's Got Talent. When he had his radio show, he was just a dick to everybody.
I forgot he was on that. America's Got Talent. He was on that?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. For
What a weird pick.
Because you know how they are. They just rotate judges.
But But here's the thing. Like, if you're going to pick a judge.
I was watching that the other night, actually, and they had some weird.
Yeah?
They had some more weird judges on there. They had. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking of her name. It was a female. Oh! What's her name from Modern Family? Sophia.
Sophia. Oh my god, she's flawless. She's the one chick that you can see on television, and by the way, how she looks on there is also how she looks without makeup. I've seen pictures of her without makeup.
She's gorgeous.
She's just beautiful. She's also Latino, so she's got that, those genes.
Yeah, she is the judge.
She's got those
on there
primal,
right now.
those optimal genes. Yeah.
She's a good judge, by the way.
Oh yeah.
You have.
She was a judge on there?
Yeah, she's a judge on there currently, right now.
That's hilarious.
Alongside Simon.
In a good way.
Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum.
Heidi Klum.
You know the model?
Yeah. No, not.
Australian or something.
I know her vaguely. I only know her because some of her pictures are on like the malls, some of the malls, the Elizabeth Mall. If you go to North Jersey, you'll see like all her stuff is up there.
We gotta go there one day. Well, I do.
At least once. Yeah, go once.
Wahlburgers.
It's just too big. It's too big of a. You know what the problem is too? There's too many fun things to do in Jersey.
Apparently, I never even knew existed.
Where?
North Jersey, apparently. I ain't going to see them.
Do you really?
Yeah, my mom told me here. She's hiding out to mom. She's like, yeah, you got cousins up there. It's like, good, not seeing them.
Why don't you want to see them? They probably don't even know you exist. Like that happens.
Well, no, she said I met some of my cousins when I was like super young. I was like, okay, good. Well, I probably don't.
Were they like assholes? Were they assholes? Is that why?
No, it's just we are doing our own thing. Really, it's nothing. There's no animosity towards each other.
I have brothers and sisters I don't even know.
My mom hasn't even talked to her brother to that side of the family in a long time, anyway.
Yeah.
And then, like I was telling my buddy here, most of my family members, they don't really like. I hate how, not even his family, his friends. I hate how I have to go and check up on them.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you check up on me? And this guy knows that I'm there for everyone else.
Yeah, you really are, and more than you should. Well, here's the thing. I don't get on your case about it.
That, guys.
We all are. One thing I try to explain to my main man over here that is that I don't give him a whole lot of shit. Only just because like the thing is, dude, I could give you the most shit in the world, but it's like I'm guilty of it in that like excuse me. Damn it. That coffee had bones in it. But I tried to go I would try to go out of my way for people that Lydia was friends with and people that like I used to associate with. But it's like, is it worth it? No, it's not like you can really say, who cares? But like the problem is just that like I learned to stop doing that. Once I saw that like a lot of the people that you were associated with, and people that I met through Lydia, through I'm not gonna say who she is, by the way, but people that I met through other people, just people that I happen to associate with because of whatever. Once I saw they were like dropping off, and I just stopped hearing from them, I was like, oh, okay, so you were only my friend because of so and so. And it's like, oh, okay, so now I know not to really try to go out of my way to reach out to anybody, or even try to.
Yeah. That's kind of the same thing where
it teaches you boundaries.
Yeah, that's also the same thing where people will friend you on Facebook just because you're mutual friends with somebody else.
And they do, yeah. They'll equate that with like friendship. Like
just because we know the same. Get out. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't know you. There's
some people that I'm friends with. I mean, granted, I only have like 8 friends on Facebook, but like
this guy. Can I say something here? This guy only has like 8. He keeps his circle small. I'm still trying to work.
Well,
on that.
I do it because
it's good.
I know that I'll hear from some of those people. Like, I don't care about the fact that most of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook, I'll never hear from. You're probably the only person I hear from. You and Corey and Kenyatta. That's it.
Literally, see that? What the?
I'm content with it, though.
No, John Lennon. What did he say? John Lennon said, "You don't need a lot of friends, just the right ones."
Remember that thing you posted on my timeline with Joey Diaz? It was. We don't need 20 fucking friends. Like, you don't need 20 fucking friends, dog. You don't. Like, he didn't say dog. He was like, you don't need 20.
Something about.
This is where we're confused as Americans. You know.
I thought you liked that.
It was fucking hilarious. I was dying.
It's true though.
I loved it.
He's like, all you need is 3 motherfuckers.
You can take down a whole fucking country, dog. You know what I mean? I added that in there, by the way. I'm paraphrasing.
See, you want to win freedom country, get Joey Diaz.
Get Joey Diaz. He's a very, it's funny. I feel like he'd be a good public speaker.
He'd be great for Ukraine.
As long as you didn't try to filter his work. Because then I don't think you couldn't get him to agree to that.
That's what we need. That's what Ukraine needs.
We need a rebel.
That's what Ukraine needs right now. Joey Diaz.
Man, that man is too damn old. He does not give a fuck about that shit. He cares. He cares about the Ukraine. I would assume so, but he's just like one of those. He's just when you listen to him on like Rogan's podcast and like recently he was on.
Check that out, guys. By the way, if you haven't.
Huh?
Rogan's podcast. I'm sure everybody has, but I mean.
Yeah, but no, maybe the people. I want to touch up on that. Have you noticed that?
Wait, why am I promoting him? He doesn't need my help.
He doesn't. But it's nice to talk about him. It's fun because the people that I feel get upset with him the most are people that don't listen or they don't like listen to a whole episode.
I've seen a lot of.
No one has that much time.
No, I do.
I don't. I don't have that kind of time. I mean, I'm always doing something.
Remember, I had 2 jobs and I still had a lot of time in my hands, and you were like, how?
Yeah.
This guy was amazing. It's true, guys. I used to work 2 jobs once. I worked at, the KBS job, that Amazon cleaning job.
I
worked at the Dollar Tree at the same time. On the days that I worked off from that job. And I still had mad time on my hands. And he was like, how?
It was just a matter of like you being able to.
And that was hard. It wasn't easy.
It was. How about that article I told you about where I had read something recently. We were on the bus. Macklemore. I almost said Mark Zuckerberg for some reason. It was probably because I was listening to his audiobook at the gym the other day.
Oh, was it a Zuckerberg?
Yeah, actually, I gotta finish that book. I got like 4 hours left on that thing.
I've got 4 hours left on Roganomics.
Shit, that's so stupid. You're ridiculous.
I had to.
Yeah,
I told you I was going to mention it.
Yeah, I know you did. But the thing about Macklemore, he owns like some kind of clothing line now, and
golf, right?
Yeah, golf, right? Yeah, golf clothes. I forget the name of it.
It's like 70 style or something.
He's a interesting dude.
He is.
You can't
knock him.
I didn't even know he had a clothing line. I actually, after 20...
I didn't know he had one until you told me today.
Well, here's the thing about him, though, is you know what's crazy? One of his most recent... The only recent song I heard from him recently was the... he did a soundtrack... He did a song with Martin Garrix and Fall Out Boy called Summertime or Summer. Yeah, I'll post it to Facebook so you can check it out. It's pretty good. What an interesting combo, though.
I mean, you got Fall Out Boy, you got Martin Garrix, and then not.
You know what's crazy? A lot of people don't know who Martin Garrix is.
I'm really known for you, and I'm going to check out something.
Well, you know what it was, too? I lived in North Jersey for the last 2 years of high school.
I've checked, once you
out of a fucking group home.
Once you mentioned it to me, I checked out some of the stuff. And,
it's pretty lit. He's got a whole show on YouTube.
Stop mentioning shows.
Huh?
Every show you mention, I'm gonna send me the link to it. This guy listens to so much stuff, I can't keep up with it.
Well, I invest my time. I'm single. I have a lot of hobbies, so it's like I try to fill myself.
You have a lot of variety out there. That's what I like about you. Like you just
who me?
You just don't stick with one. You just
no. I'm not. I'm not
cool,
tribal.
It's a good thing.
It is, and you're like that too. Like you would mention shows that I've never heard of, like the Dark Side of the Ring. Remember that documentary you
watched that? You said that was crazy.
It was really good.
I didn't finish it myself. I didn't finish it. I'm going to go back and finish it. But it was
bro, it was really fucking good.
The Chris Von crap is...
It's very... And it also kind of lets you...
I'm not going to lie.
It is.
It's hard to get through. I mean, I didn't finish it. I had to stop because it was so bad. Yeah. Let me take a break.
I'm going to rewatch it too tonight.
I'm going to finish watching it eventually.
It's pretty interesting. Especially if you're someone who's into... if you're somebody who likes to see, like you enjoy seeing like the rise and fall, maybe not the fall, but like you enjoy seeing how everything played out. Yeah, Descend. It's interesting because you see how everything kind of is related to the next event. Like when they talked about the rise of Amazon. Remember that documentary I was telling you about?
Yeah. I actually checked it out.
Here's the thing about that. Like, it wasn't like they didn't know. It wasn't like, I mean, granted, I'm not an executive of any kind, but it's you have to know what you're getting involved with. The guy had a whole interview about it, a whole like 20-minute video interview about it on back in the 90s. That like they have footage of him talking about like he said. Yeah, he had said... Oh, you watched it? Yeah, he mentioned that, like, there's more items in books than there is of any other, like, product, if you think about, like... It makes sense.
It does. He's not wrong.
I mean, there's so many fucking books out there. There's probably more books than there is movies.
Look where we're at.
Yeah, we're at Barnes & Nobles.
I mean, does that say it enough for you?
Yeah. Well, there you go. But it's like...
Do you see the DVDs anywhere? No, books.
I think they do have DVDs.
They do. But they're not out. They're not out front and center.
No, and there's probably not a lot. It's probably not like as extensive as of a collection as if you were to buy a book.
Stop staring at me, Will.
It does look like he's staring at you, right? I had a poster like that.
I thought Marilyn Monroe at the diner was bad.
Yeah.
And I was over there a few moments ago before we started the podcast. So I was looking. I hate when I go to Barnes & Noble and I want a book, and I can't find it anywhere else. And I go here and it's here. Mm-hmm. If you doesn't have it at Walmart or other.
Jeez, you're right. These do suck.
What?
These do suck.
Oh, the straws? Yeah. That's why I was like, I went up there and was like, can I get a spoon? And I was like, I'm just gonna scoop the rest out of it.
And that's the weird thing.
That's why I need the cardboard thing.
They're still selling plastic spoons.
But they get rid of plastic bags.
Like,
and, you know,
but they're still, and technically they're still. Well,
it's sip of vodka, but you got to pay for it. But that's so stupid and redundant.
It's not just that. It's the fact that like you could have did that like so long ago. You could have did that like 20 plus years ago.
And Aldi's was way ahead of you guys. They never provided bags.
Oh yeah, they didn't. Wait, Aldi's?
Yeah,
Aldi's.
Yeah, Aldi's.
Oh yeah, they were, but they still sold plastic bags technically. Did they?
You had to pay for them.
Well, they were.
Well, no, they had
like,
one of those, all these, not plastic bags, but like one of those fancy fabric type of things. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, they were cool. I like those.
They're expensive.
Well, depending on what kind of budget you're on.
I have one now. Not from August, but
Like when I lived over in Lumberton with my ex, it was interesting because like our rent was only like a couple $100 a month because it was under her name. So like I was working full time too, so it helped. So I didn't really think about it. Half the shit we were spending money on, like we blew money, son. We blew some money. And the only reason if it weren't for her, I probably wouldn't have spent so much money.
We were out every other week. Which this guy, when he was living in Lumberton, this guy, we were hanging out every other weekend. Mm-hmm. He was the only guy I really saw. Okay?
Well, your other friends that claim that they're too busy for you.
Oh, they were friends? I had no idea I had friends.
Air quote, friends. Okay, there you go. Is that better?
What, leeches?
They're not really, they're not friends. And if we're being honest, the people that you still talk to are not your friends.
No, I'm still working on that guy. I actually did the unthinkable the other day, but that's for another time.
Yeah, we had a discussion recently because we were talking about how he has this one person he recently cut off that was indirectly, very passive aggressively coming at my neck about. So 5 years ago, 6 years ago when you and I met. We were doing a video call. We were doing some kind of video call, and I told you something, and it wasn't really.
You know what? It wasn't a video call. It was
like a sound call.
Started in the Xbox chat.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah,
it was.
And then it continued
into the video.
Into the video. Into the message chat.
Right. That's right. Yeah. And then I had confessed to you that I had confessed to him that basically so by remarriage. I'm related to Dwayne Johnson, and to this day, I'll say it as many times as I have to. I really don't think much about it. I don't care. I rarely I don't know the guy. All I know, and I don't really care about it because he's
just another person.
He's just another person.
What's that like?
But Avery's friend,
ex.
That sounds so weird. Ex.
Former friend.
Just say but basically he was he's lying. He's why does he have to tell? He's trying to be fit in or whatever. I'm what do I have to gain? What? First of all, anything that I say is not for clout. I don't give a shit if people don't like me.
And by the way,
if you don't,
the truth, by the way, because you wouldn't be announcing that.
And it wasn't. And I don't even. And dude, the thing about it that was so crazy is the fact that he would go to you instead of talking to me.
And I told him. He goes, "Oh yeah." Remember I told you? He was like, "Oh, he's not. He's lying." And I said, "Okay, Phil, whatever. Whatever. What's your basis?" I said the name.
Can't hide it now. That is what it is.
I said, "What's your basis?" He goes,
"Why?
Yeah, remember he was like, you don't have the same last name. Why just spell
It's
different?"
because there was legal reasons for that. We were escaping at the time. You got to think, Armenians have, at least my family tree, a lot of us came different times back, we're talking during the genocide days, post-genocide.
I looked it up too.
Yeah, so
Crazy
the truth behind that, which was, I didn't fully understand it until maybe 6 years ago, the reason that her last name is spelled Lauren Hashian without the E
guys had to protect themselves.
Well, there was a legal matter. I don't remember the extent of what it was. It was something regarding marriage status or something like that. It was legal status in America.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, so that had a lot to do with it. So but who the fuck? My whole point was
it's still
why
the
the
same
fuck do you?
Name, and it's still pronounced the same.
It's just why do I need your validation? Also, the thing that made me laugh was the fact that he thought that I was doing it to fit in. I don't. Why do I need clout? I don't care.
He also didn't believe.
I'm a grown man.
He didn't also believe that my Paul McCartney story.
Well, that does. But you know what though? You can. If he had really good judgment, he would know that people who claim that they're related to somebody, or people who claim that they met some so and so, usually talk about it too much. If it's not true.
How often do I mention McCartney?
Very rarely. But we usually just talk about it just to say how interesting it is. It's not like, you know what I mean?
Like when he told me that he was related to Rock, I was like, I wasn't even a fanboy. I was like,
it wasn't like I met him either at the time.
He never bragged about it.
Not
at all. And I was like, he's like, oh, it just came up in conversation.
It really did.
And I think, was like,
and we had talked
awesome.
about it vaguely before I met Phil. Before I not met, but started talking and
I thought
amongst Phil.
Cool. I mean, I thought it was. I was a fan of him already, but I didn't fanboy about it. I was like, cool.
Fanboy.
I know somebody that knows the Rock. And it's true. I wasn't fanboying over it. I was like,
my mom
that's
did.
pretty dope.
She fangalled. Is that what you say? Is it fanboy? What is it? What do you call it if it's a chick and she's like fanning out, fangirl?
What was it?
Fangirl and chum chum.
What was it that she said? Who would she? Lindsay Lohan. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, that's a true story.
I know.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
She I got to.
Hope she's doing all right, by the way.
I wouldn't know, but I know I got to. It was interesting.
How'd she look?
Huh?
How'd she look?
I don't want to talk about that. Not on the podcast.
Very bad. But yeah, I think it was interesting and all. It's like everybody just makes judgments and just think, no. It's like he, like you said with the Rock, it's not like he bragged about it.
No,
if you bragged about it a lot of time, then it's like, okay, this guy's not saying this for clout.
I'm not looking. Well, you can always tell with those kind of people. Like if someone is trying to just gain clout, and it's not true, there's always like
Amber Heard.
Shut the fuck. Stupid as hell.
Sorry.
No, it was funny.
She was
now. But like, they're usually people that don't have any like self-identity. They don't really know who they are yet. You know, and also they tend to talk about it a little too much over a period of time.
I'm sad this is empty.
But I mean, you got a lot of people that just want to, I don't know. But another thing that we were talking about is you mentioned how.
Something fun came to mind.
Oh, the hashtag Roganomics, right? Yeah, it was the hashtag.
I don't even know how that. I don't even know how I came up with that.
It was, well, I know. You know what it was? I had posted something a year ago about it, and then we were like listening to like different podcast episodes, and I would add it to my. I posted like a GIF to my story with some music, and I added some music to it. Can I kick it? Yes, can. And I put like hashtag Roganomics. Oh, it's how I look at my son when he's interacting with other children, and
I remember now.
This is before he was put up for adoption. But like the thing that's so crazy.
I was talking about something. What was his name? President. Back in the 80s, Ronald Reagan had this. When he was president, he had this financial plan.
Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, and they called it Reaganomics.
Wait, Reagan hasn't been in like.
He did.
There was a hashtag called Reagan.
No, not a hashtag. There was in the 80s. You know how.
Well, yeah, you just said hashtag Reaganomics.
No, did I?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Fucking. It's just like.
Sorry.
No.
No. So in the 80s, Ronald Reagan had this financial plan or whatever. It's a plan that nobody liked. Press made fun of it and everything. So they called it Reaganomics, like economics. But they put his name in front.
Oh, you didn't say hashtag though.
No,
you just said like Reagan.
I just said Reaganomics.
Oh.
So then that's when I came up with the idea with. I don't know even how I said Roganomics. I just did. I don't know. That's what I was thinking when I said
That's
it.
kind of funny though. It's not like something out of a movie. Like if you were to go to like a movie and watch a movie, that's like one of the hashtags.
Reaganomics.
You know what's the best? People that say hashtag so and so out loud.
Hashtag justice.
They'll yell it. Yeah. It's like no one does that. I mean, well, I do it sometimes just because I'm out of nervous.
I never do hashtag anything. The only time I did hashtag anything was justice for Johnny.
Justice for
Justice for Johnny.
Yeah, man.
It's like who? And then one of my friends is funny, right? When that was happening, he's like, justice for who? Johnny Depp? Johnny Bravo? Which Johnny? Can you be more specific?
Right. Trying
Johnny
to find
Quest? Who?
Be surprised.
Great cartoon, by the way.
What's that?
Johnny Quest.
Oh,
It's a weird show.
whatever happened to this show? Like, a lot of those shows got canceled prematurely. Like,
I don't know, man. I mean, we were talking about. I don't know. Most of those old cartoons, I still want to watch it. Like, I'll still sit down. Listen, it was high school, okay, and I was sick of whatever. Ask me what I watched all day.
right.
Yogi Bear, okay?
Yogi Bear.
Don't make fun of me, all right? It's Yogi Bear. You cannot go wrong with Yogi Bear with his picnic baskets, okay? That guy likes food. I liked food. It worked perfectly well. But no, in terms of cartoons and everything, I don't know. And then they cancel the cartoon. And then they make a live-action movie on it.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's the thing. Yogi Bear was one of those things that had a very short run.
It did.
It didn't have a long
that
run.
Movie with.
Yeah. Can you
Well, he's in
imagine?
the Flash now. So.
Can you imagine going camping though, and like you see it's like two bears stealing all your freaking food.
Dude, it's like at least leave me the sandwich.
Right. Leave me the egg.
You can
and
have the
cheese
rest.
Yeah.
You can have the rest. Leave me the egg and cheese sandwich.
Take the
please.
yogurt because it's gonna go stale. Okay. Take all the
Leave me at least a cup of
accoutrements.
juice.
Yeah. Well, leave me some juice pouches.
It's funny when they came out with the movie, I didn't like it too much.
Well, they're bears. They're gonna end up just taking the freaking the like all the meat, all like the protein. I'm not gonna like if that was a real bear. Is like I love how they made him all human-like, and they gave him like the ability to like eat donuts. First of all, if that was a real bear, no bear's gonna eat a fucking donut.
No, there was.
It was so cute. It was like, oh.
I wanted to.
Hey, Yogi.
Yeah, I wanted to mention two things to you. One,
What's up?
I wanted to ask your opinion on this, since in the podcast on your bio it says we talk about a variety of subjects, especially entertainment.
Yeah.
Remember when Drake Bell was Timmy Turner?
Oh, that was actually pretty cool.
I didn't like it.
At first I didn't like it, and then I think it grew on me.
Yeah, it's not because of his talent, it's because he was a bankable name. Secondly,
Yeah.
they made this Fairly Odd Parents sequel series. I don't know if you heard of it.
Wait, what's it called? Was it Fairly Odd?
It's damn it. I'm gonna look it up right now.
That was like
They made it
06,
recently.
I think, right?
They made the show. It's the original series. Yeah, that was a long-running series. But they made a sequel series this year.
Yeah.
But another live-action version. But Timmy Turner is like a different actor. And I was like, so it's so.
So
I'm not watching an episode of it yet.
Yeah.
I watched maybe a couple minutes of it. I was like, no. I'm gonna go through it again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but I'm afraid I have no problem with reboots, or anything, or continuations. But the last time Timmy Turner was live action, it was Drake Bell. I didn't like it.
That was the only one.
No,
There was
two of those.
There was two of those.
Yeah, well, the other one.
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
that's right, there
the
was
other
two.
one was like a Christmas themed one.
It was a
but
Christmas.
my problem is I'm afraid that this live action one is going to be essentially the same as the original, just live action, and the only option is you switch Timmy Turner out with his cousin and her friend.
Oh wow. Oh, did you see?
He passes Cosmo and Wanda over to
Yeah.
his to
Can you even do that? Is that possible? I guess you'd have to wish for it, right? If you go back and watch those show.
If anybody even out there knows how the rules,
if you're of
work,
age and you remember,
yeah.
Do you remember? You know, like do you remember?
I mean, do you think I want Jorgen Von Strangle up my ass? Or something like that? No.
I forgot he existed. I forgot about his character.
It's in the rules book.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. He was funny when he popped up anywhere. Every time Timmy would do something
I love when they molecularized him, when they made him like this crazy ass like transformer looking dude in one of those episodes. They had
Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna look up this Fairly Odd.
Yeah, remember the one episode? Do you remember the episode where Timmy Turner basically is like he was like some roided out caricature. Remember that? And he's fighting Jorgen Von Strangle, and Jorgen's like some kind of freaking super stud. Do you remember that episode?
I remember. Oh, I found it. I do remember it. Okay, so the series is called Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder.
Oh, that's funny. That's a super series, right?
It's a sequel series, yes. Yeah, his cousin is Vivian Viv Turner.
Okay.
Here he goes.
Oh, did you see in that documentary, by the way, about the Amazon ring? Do you remember those? Amazon ring, the Amazon ring that it's like a security thing, and it's like it basically is like a surveillance camera that's inside the device, and you attach it to your front door, and basically it's like if you ever go to like, I don't know, anybody's house who can afford it and who makes over $50,000 a year, they usually have one.
No.
But when it was first released, they said there was in the documentary that they had, it says here, picking up years after the original series, the new series follows Timmy Turner's cousin Vivian Viv Turner and her new stepbrother Roy Raskin as they navigate life in Dimsdale with the help of their Fairly Odd parents, Cosmo and Wanda, who are gifted to them by a now older Timmy when he leaves for college. Yeah.
Essentially the same. you just switch one character with the other.
Why are you on Wikipedia? I mean, that is the premise, but it's just like...
It's the closest thing I can think of. I don't know. It's Wikipedia. I know it's... I know it's not for me most of the time.
I know, I'm just busting balls.
No, it's true though. Like people actually look down on me and make fun of me because I use Wikipedia. I said
Wikipedia
is not
to get a general understanding.
It's not always accurate. Fine, I understand that. But most of the time, for me,
if you want a general understanding of what you're looking up, then yeah, I mean you can use that. It's helpful.
All the time.
No, I'm not saying you do. I'm saying it's helpful for getting a general understanding.
For example,
of what you're.
that.
Yeah, but if you're trying to like go there for, you know, the hardcore
stuff,
you know, evidence and to back up.
I feel stupid now actually because I just did that. I basically just gave you the premise. The only thing I got wrong was
I remember it. We're like the same age technically. You're only like a couple years older than me.
No, I'm saying I gave you the premise. I basically explained to you the sequel series premise pretty well. The only thing I messed up was the whole, instead of stepbrother, I said friend. I forgot that part.
Oh, and about that, what I was telling you about the ring,
yeah,
they had issues where people were like hacking into them.
What?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I never heard. No.
You never heard of the ring? It's kind of like the Google Nest. It's like a surveillance. You do more.
It's like a hacker room or something.
No, it's not a hacker room. The Google Ring is like a it's like a security. It's like Xfinity security. It's like X5.
Oh, okay.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
No. I'm not just saying.
This the Xfinity security thing, for your house.
No, my friend has it.
Your friend has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see the need for that stuff. First of all, I would rather just kick the shit out of somebody if they tried to break into my house.
What's more fun? Just get Dave Chappelle for your security.
And I wish the cops would try to arrest me. Why the hell do I have to do all that? Besides, that stuff doesn't work.
You'd be released.
If someone wanted to break in your house, they're going to.
They're going to.
And and the reason I say they're going to is because the police don't show up till like 10 to 20 minutes after the scene.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. It's like, why? I don't even know why people waste money on that shit. It's hard.
I'd rather go to jail than die.
And like they already said that I know that they're like people are so afraid of AI. Not everybody, but there's a good portion of people out there that are terrified.
Like, ooh, Terminator! No, calm down.
First of all, no, they're saying that because of law enforcement, how it's going to influence the way law enforcement does their job.
Yeah, what do you think?
And here's the thing, though. You know how long? I mean, they're still trying to come to terms with the whole freaking. In certain departments, they're still trying to come to terms with the the body cams. So I mean, I don't know.
I'm glad you mentioned the cops though, because I had a question for you.
Yeah.
So, and I hate to bring this up, but it's been weighing on my mind lately. And by the way, prayers for all the families out there for these recent shootings. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think it's really messed up
the cops for the recent
that they try to
Texas.
act like they're not racially motivated attempts. Like I hate that shit. As if people don't know. It's 2022. People know that you guys do this shit.
The supermarket one, and then the Texas one was with the kids. That was I wanted to pick your.
There's no freaking way. I don't think that there's no way that wasn't racially motivated.
Oh, the elementary school shooting?
There's no fucking way. No. The kid. Are you talking about the kid, the 19-year-old that came into the school?
Yeah.
And like,
the messed up part about that was the cops didn't even go in. They
I heard about that.
Parents.
Yeah. There was a whole news report on YouTube.
I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. I still respect law enforcement.
Yeah.
But that should not have happened.
No, you know what? You know what probably
we don't want
happened?
to go in, and I quote, some of them said, well, we didn't go in because we didn't want to get shot. That's literally, it's not your job to get shot. But it's your job to preserve and protect.
What does that have to do with anything? You're a police officer.
Do your job.
Do your fucking
serve
job.
And protect.
And the thing that's so crazy is that's such a freaking shitty excuse. Like, if you're my whole thing is,
that was a quote from a cop.
I know, I saw that. I was on the news. My whole thing is this: if you're going to make a lie like that, a really shitty ass excuse like that, make sure that it has some solid, make sure it's a good one.
It's like, congratulations.
Don't just half-ass it.
Now you
already have. It's bad enough. Right.
You have those kids' deaths on your conscience. I'm sorry, the shooter did it, but it's your fault that more lives were lost.
And it's bad enough that you half-assed your job, and this because you just stood there.
And some special forces guy wasn't doing your job for you.
Yeah, you saw that? It was on footage. It's crazy.
So shout out to that special forces officer that ended that reign of terror. Okay, so thanks for that.
They said that kid, I think he drove like an hour plus. Or how long did they say it was? It was a freaking pretty hefty distance.
Yeah, he did drive.
He drove they said over 90 miles. Over 90 miles. I don't know if that's the exact amount, so don't quote me. But I think
he was singing.
He was what?
He was singing.
Inside the school or prior?
As he was shooting the kids.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
I just think. I don't know. And then people are talking about gun reform. It's like, oh, we're going to have the same conversation. President Biden's like, it's got to be different this time. Shut up.
First of all, here's the thing. I got to tell you something. That man is on death's door. He's like on the verge. Okay, he's worse than what he was a year ago. Just the fact that anybody's still giving him shit is like, okay, you know how old he is. You voted him in office.
Don't vote him in office if you're going to go and talk shit that he's in office.
Hear me out. Let's keep it to a minimum just because we don't know what kind of people beliefs are here. Just so let's keep that talk to a minimum. But as far as that's concerned, we don't know. We don't know. There's so much shit that we don't know. Not even just you and me, just everybody. None of us know. Like Ellen, I think the other day I was listening to a TED Talk, old TED Talk from Elon Musk and me too. They're very important.
And I like Elon Musk.
You know he says that he lives with his friends half the time.
Yeah.
That's how much he actually puts into resourcing the economy.
Yeah. He doesn't. He lives on friends' couches.
No, he said that he pays. I don't know these. He didn't say the exact reason, but
he does sleep on friends' couches and stuff like that. I think that was amazing.
But he's got to be loaded though.
It's Elon Musk. He has a whole company. Of course he's loaded.
But that's what I'm saying. Why are you sleeping on your friend's couch? And the fact that they're allowing
it. I think it's admirable.
But that you're saying you're so frugal that you sleep on your friend's couch, and you're worth half $1 billion. You're balling out of control. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, if I were a millionaire,
I can see if you were making shit money, then that makes sense.
No, I don't want if I were Elon Musk, I'd do the same thing because I wouldn't want anybody to think I'm just some regular.
But your friends know you're freaking filthy rich, though. Your friends know you're filthy rich.
Maybe he doesn't want to say, "Hey, I'm not spoiled."
That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the premise of what I'm saying. If you're that rich, you should at least have your own apartment. No one's saying you have to buy a house. Just get a freaking place. You're the fucking 40-something years old. I mean, granted, I don't know his situation. I don't care. But I just think if it is true and that you have money like that, go get a place. I don't... Maybe there's something I'm missing. I mean, granted,
like you said, there's a lot of things you don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I just thought when he said it, because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah,
I'm thinking he's sitting here in the mansion and stuff, and then I hear that, I was like, wait, what?
A lot of people thought that with him. He does. You know what's funny about what's crazy? He DJs.
What?
Yeah, he DJs. He's got like a. I was on the. You know the.
He's like 40-something.
So, I mean, you know, Mo Green is like
I didn't think
50 something. Mo Green's almost, I think, close pushing 50, and he's still DJs.
I didn't know Elon DJs. I didn't think he had the time for that. Okay.
Well,
I wonder if we can find him. I wonder if we can find any of his stuff.
Oh, I don't think he does it extensive, like
It's pretty
a lot, but it's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, it turns out he's a big fan of Excision. Excision is like a music producer who does music, and
You told me about him before.
Yeah, he's a big fan, you know. And Excision.
I didn't know that Elon was South African until recently.
He's something. But in any case, man, we got to wrap this up. Thanks for doing this with me today, honestly, man. And we'll be back again next weekend. We do it once a week. This is our first episode of many. If you'd like, follow us on Spotify. I'm going to start our Spotify account later on today. I don't know how this works. This is my first time using Spreaker. We are actually in the process of starting a Facebook page, so I will add that once I have everything up and running. I'm a little late in getting everything set up just because I've had a busy week. But we love you guys, and thanks for listening. Bye.